Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our early morning gentle yoga session. Oh, hold on. Sorry, my signal is going funny. Can you hear me? I often have to ask this now.
And you'll just check that you're on the right Wi-Fi network.
Yeah, it is now. That should be working. Yeah, great. Good morning, welcome. Lovely to see you all here. I can see some new faces again. So this is our gentle yoga session. I can see funny people pulling faces. Are we having troubles? Alistair?
So you dropped out.
Ah, okay. How about now?
You're definitely on the time. You're definitely on the time capsule.
Yeah, are you on that one as well?
No.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely on that one. Maybe it's just going to be one of those mornings.
It's fine now.
Great. Okay. Well, we'll carry on. We'll see how we get on. If in doubt, just do something. So have a look and see what we're up to. So we're going to start with the Qigong exercise of shaking the tree. To those new students, sorry, I was just saying that just be really mindful of your bodies. You know, don't push anything to strain. These classes are about relaxation and opening. So we're going to do a shorter asana sequence today because I'd like to do some meditation with you at the end. So we'll begin standing on the mat and start our exercise. So taking our feet slightly wider than hip width this morning, so a really good stable base. We're going to spread the toes out. Feel as much of your feet as possible in the floor. And we'll have a gentle bend in the knees, so just softening the knees. And we're going to close our eyes. So you did this yesterday with Jenny, and we've done it a few times this week. So we'll just take a moment and feel the four corners of each foot. So you can rock slightly forwards and backwards, checking that the weight is even, maybe left and right. And before we move today, we're going to scan our physical body, see what we're working with this morning. So any areas of tension or lightness, stiffness or openness. And then let's check the quality of the mind. So if we had quite a distracted morning, are we feeling quite relaxed and open? And then let's come to the energetic body. So this may present as a vibration, a hum, a buzz, lightness. Maybe it has a color, a texture, or maybe nothing at all. And once we've done our Qigong exercise, we're going to come back and make these inquiries again and just see if the short practice has made any shifts for us. And we'll begin. So we're going to bend the elbows, so bringing the forearms sort of parallel to the earth and elbows into the body. So we're not holding them tight in, but just so that they're not sticking out. So a relatively relaxed posture, and then wrists relaxed. Let the hands hang, let the fingers do what they want, just curling in, so not opening the palms. And we're going to begin our impulse nice and gently. And the invitation this morning is to do this practice with your eyes closed. And we start this gentle bounce. Slowly working our way up to what feels like the right rhythm. So it's going to be different for each and every one of us. Our bodies are different sizes and shapes. And we'll have a different internal rhythm. And this may be different day to day as well. You may be feeling quite vigorous this morning. And as always, you can vocalize your exhale if you wish. Making sure to keep the wrists soft, so this can make the biggest difference in how we do this posture. If we all now clench our fists and just see how different the whole body becomes from that one action. So soft across the shoulder girdle. So getting everything moving, the lymphatic system, get your blood pumping. It's quite chilly in this room this morning, so this feels good. And you can play around with the rhythm of your bounce, even slowing it down, making them bigger, or speeding up and making them smaller. We just want to keep the relaxation in the body. So if you change and tightness creeps in, and work on softening. You can also lighten the heels and bounce the heels if that works for you. I find it makes my thighs burn quite quickly, so just do a little of that one. And again, the smile. Every time I do this practice, my cheeks get light. I think there's something quite childlike in moving in this way. And we're going to begin to slow it down, so no sudden stops. And when it feels right, dropping the arms but letting them swing. So keeping that movement going. Maybe finishing with just a sway. And then slowly making our way to stillness. And once again, feel the four corners of the feet. Does it feel different? This contact with the earth. Does the foot feel more spread, more tactile? And then let's check in with the body. So physical body, any sensations now present for you? So maybe the thighs, maybe the calves, giving you some information. And then let's check the quality of the mind. So the shape or texture, color, whatever's there. And now to the energetic body. So maybe this now is presenting as a vibration, a tingling, a buzz, a hum. Many different ways to name it. And let's just bathe in that sensation for a moment. The vibrance of the body. Now, if you can, keeping the eyes closed, we're going to make our way to lie down on the floor without disturbing the energy of the body too much. And have your strap or your scarf close to hand. So just take a moment here, feeling this new posture. Are the dimensions of your body different when there's no weight down through the body? So when we're spreading our weight evenly on the earth. So there's no right or wrong answer to these questions. I'm just pointing your awareness to look, to inquire. And there is so much information, moment to moment, in the body. If we just turn inwards, give ourselves the time to feel it. So we're going to do a few rounds of our yogic breathing, which we haven't done for a little while. And it's good to keep coming back to these practices. So the yogic breath is a really lovely full breath. Firstly, we inflate the belly, and then we bring the breath up through the chest. So then it's lower ribs expanding, then middle chest, sternum lifts, and then all the way to the upper chest, right up under the collarbones. And then with control, we exhale in reverse. So the collarbones come down first, upper chest, middle chest, lower chest. And finally, the belly squeezes down gently, nothing too strenuous. And we repeat this breath, and it's training our lungs, training all the muscles involved, gets the diaphragm working. And we're trying to increase the capacity of our lungs, and this can help support healthy function in a yoga class, but also in daily life. And they recommend doing this 5 to 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes would be better. But we'll just do a few minutes now. So trying to be really precise, inhaling, inflating from the bottom. And then exhaling from the top. So we're just going to add one more element which will help support this practice. So we've been working with the bandhas. So Mula Bandha is the pelvic floor, and Uddiyana Bandha is the lower belly, so the space between the belly button and the pubic bone. So it's this, Uddiyana Bandha, the lower belly. If you keep a light touch on this, so just a 30% engagement, you'll feel you can fill up to more of the top of the lungs. You actually have more ability to control the breath higher. So if you've been struggling to fill up to the top, this may support and help your practice. And we'll practice together. And if imagery works well for you in practice, imagining the front of the body is the surface of the sea, and the wave builds at the tummy, rolls up through the body, and it's about to break at the collarbones. It's built some speed, intensity, but then time reverses, it retrogrades and moves backwards through the body until the surface is flat again. And don't worry if this isolation feels quite tricky to do. In the body, it can take some time to learn. And last pointer, on each exhale, notice where tension is creeping in, often in the tendons of the neck, around the hands, maybe the feet and the buttocks, to try and assist you with the inhale. So as we exhale, just making sure we find these points and try and release them down. So we're not building tension with every breath. We're allowing the body to relax in between. We're just going to do one more all together. And we're going to let the technique go, making sure the body is relaxed. And we'll just watch the rise and fall of the belly. So no forced inhale, exhale. Let's return to a natural breath. And watch the natural flow of the belly up and down. And we're ready to move. So taking our awareness now to all the places we meet the floor. So feel the temperature, texture of these contact points, the weight, the shape. And then to all the places we curve away from the floor and float in space. And then to both, so supported and unsupported. So again, so much rich information if we just look. And we're ready to move. We're going to inhale, float the right knee up to the chest. Take the hands around the top of the shin. And as we exhale, gently ease the knee into the body. So compressing the hip flexor. This can feel quite strong, but shouldn't feel sharp. Shouldn't feel electric or twangy. So it should be something you can breathe into and stay with. If this is uncomfortable for the knee, take the hands behind the knee onto the hamstring. Give you a bit of ease. And also, with any of these lying down postures, if you need to bend up the left knee and place the sole of the foot down, it will lighten the posture, so it releases the pelvis some. So follow your body. Just one more inhale, exhale here. And then taking the knee in just the right hand, we're going to drop the knee out to the right side. So just opening into the groin. Take a few breaths here. And just notice, is the groin easing over the weeks that we've been together? Is it tight today? Wonderful. Inhaling back up to center. We're going to take our strap or our scarf now, and we're going to place it around the foot, but nearer to the heel, so around the sole of the foot, nearer to the heel than the ball of the foot. So we don't want to put extra pressure on the ball of the foot into the back of the leg. And we're going to inhale, drawing the foot down towards us, and as we exhale, straighten into the back of the right leg. And now we're using the strength of the leg itself to flex those right toes down towards you. So rather than pulling them down, we're flexing them down. So we're still opening the back of the leg, the back of the knee, but not by force. And now as we breathe in, we're going to draw up Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and exhale, draw the foot towards you. And just see if holding these bandhas assists your posture, hinders your posture, or does nothing. Take one more deep inhale, exhale here. And then we're going to release the pulling towards you of the leg. Bring the foot back up to 90 degrees. And now we're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're drawing the right foot over to the left, but we're keeping the right buttock down. So we're not letting that roll over. We want to keep a really good placed posture. So you may only move an inch to the left. You may move 2 feet to the left. It just depends on your glutes and piriformis. So we should feel this in the right buttocks, maybe down the back of the right leg, maybe just up into the lower back. But again, there should be no sharp or electric feelings. So these would indicate that we've gone a bit too far. So often in yoga we want to be working with the edge of comfort rather than pushing to real strain or hanging out and not doing any work. So there's this fine line that we tread. And only you can gauge that, where is appropriate. And it'll be different on different days. Wonderful. We're inhaling back up to center. We're going to release the strap. Give the knee another squeeze in, and now everyone's going to bend up the left knee, place the sole of the foot to the mat. Excuse me. And we're going to take the right ankle onto the left thigh. So this may be a good enough stretch for you, so it's slightly round to the front of the hip. And we're pushing that right thigh down towards the bottom of the room. If you'd like to intensify, you can draw the left knee towards you. And if you want to use your strap, take it around the back of the knee, over the top of the right shin. This will stop the foot from slipping. I like to use the strap here. It means I can lie fully on my back, head relaxed. And again, let's draw up those bandhas, so Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and see how does this inform our posture. And does it allow for greater freedom, less freedom, or no change? We'll take one more inhale, exhale here to squeeze. And then we're going to place the left sole of the foot back down, keeping the right ankle where it is on the thigh. We're just going to drop the left thigh, everything over to the left side. So we're coming into a gentle twist here. Just starting to open the side, the ribs, and you should feel it down the front of the hip. And if you want to intensify, we're trying to move the right knee down to the left ankle. So as if we were trying to lie our shins on top of one another. One more deep inhale, exhale here. Wonderful. And inhaling back to center. And now before we lower the leg, we're going to straighten the right leg, showing the sole of the foot to the ceiling, but with no hands, no strap. We're going to press through that heel. So now we're using just the strength of the leg to hold it up. And notice, are you pushing into the left foot, rolling your pelvis towards you? So we're going to take the left foot off the mat, just an inch. Now feel that weight of your pelvis. We want that to remain the same as we place the left foot back down. So then you know you're isolating just the muscles you need to hold this leg up. We're going to take one more inhale here. And then exhale, floating the leg back down. We'll straighten out both legs, let the toes fall out, and as always we scan right and left. So does one feel lighter and longer? Is one buttock more spread, one buttock slightly higher and tighter? I'm always amazed at how much ease you can find in the body from doing maybe just six simple hip stretches, buttock stretches. And we'll come to the other side. So floating up the left knee to the chest, holding the top of the shin in the hands, and as we exhale, gently easing in. Checking for any difference between the sides. And it can shift. So my left hip flexor was incredibly tight last week and it's now more easeful than the right. And again, you can bend up your right knee, place the sole of the foot down if you want to lighten these postures. One more inhale, exhale here. And then release the right arm down, hold the knee in the left hand. We're going to open into the groin. One more inhale, exhale. And then we'll inhale back to center. One more squeeze. And then taking our straps again. So strap or scarf nearer to the heel than the ball of the foot. And you can bend the right knee up, place the sole of the foot down, or keep the right leg straight. We're going to draw the foot towards us. And as we exhale, straightening into the back of the left leg. Draw the toes down towards you. So flexing the foot strongly. The leg may not straighten entirely. It's just the direction of travel. And we're going to draw in the bandhas, 30% engagement. And as you exhale, draw that foot towards you. Just one more inhale, exhale here. And then releasing the pressure so you're not pulling the foot down towards you so much. And we want it at 90 degrees. The left hip or buttock is going to stay down, and we're guiding that foot over to the right side. Feeling into the glutes, maybe up the side of the leg. And I think now I realize why this hip has tightened up. Oh, sorry, eased out, is because the glutes have tightened up on this side. Wonderful. Inhaling back to center, releasing the strap. I'm going to bend the right knee up, take the left ankle to the right thigh now, and you can use the left hand to guide the foot, the thigh towards the bottom of the mat. And if you'd like to intensify, drawing the right knee up towards you, you can use the strap around the back of the knee and then over the top of the left shin. Just stops the shin from pinging off anywhere. And again, drawing the bandhas, and as we exhale, we're drawing that knee up towards us. Wonderful. We'll place the right sole of the foot back down. Keep the left ankle where it is. And we're going to drop the right thigh to the right side. The sole of the left foot may meet the floor. And then we're opening that knee towards the left ankle. So levering open the front of the hip. Breathing here, gentle twist. And we'll inhale back up to center. And now before floating the leg down, we're going to extend up through that heel. So flexing the toes towards us, working the back of the leg, and we're going to float the right foot just for a moment, about an inch off the floor, and now feel the weight of your pelvis. And now lightly press the right foot back down. So isolating effort, only working where we absolutely have to. For one more inhale, and exhale, float that leg back to the mat. We'll straighten the right leg as well. Just check, are the buttocks evenly spread? Do the legs feel equal length and weight? Wonderful. Bending up both knees now so the soles of the feet to the floor. Hands are by the side, so we're going to do our gentle roll up and down through the spine. So just look directly at the ceiling, don't look left or right as we do this. And we're going to move up as we inhale, peel the pelvis from the mat, roll up through one vertebra at a time, and then as you exhale, we're rolling back down. So take it nice and easy, there should be no pinching, so keep it moving. Follow your breath, so we all have different capacities. And we'll just do one more of these, up and down. Waking up the spine, maybe you come a touch higher, and then back to the mat. Making sure the pelvis is neutral, maybe rocking back and forward, just find that sense of ease. And then we'll drop the knees to the left and to the right. You can separate the knees, take one over, then the other, whatever feels good for you. And the next time to the right side, rolling over onto your right side, making our way up to our tabletop. So we'll take a very quick modified child's posture. So knees as wide as the mat, big toes touch. And we're just going to ease back, so moving the buttocks back towards the heels. We won't take the forehead down today. We'll keep looking towards the front of the mat, and we're going to wiggle side to side. So just get some movement in those hip joints. Get the groins moving. Wonderful. And now we're going to inhale, floating back up to the tabletop. So hands are under the shoulders, knees under the hips. So we're going to take our spine articulations and we're going to add an extra dimension to this today. So first of all, starting with a neutral spine, and let's find the bandhas. So pelvic floor, lower belly, just a gentle lift up. The lower belly is easier to access in this posture. And can help you feel really supported. So we're going to begin with our normal cow and cat. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, drop the chest, gaze slightly forward. No jarring into the neck. Just look a foot or so in front of you. And then as you exhale, rounding up into the spine. And we're flowing between these two postures. So lengthening the front edge of the spine and the back. We'll take one more of each. And then calming back neutral. So now we're going to take a lateral movement. So now we're bringing the head to the tail. So we're coming sideways, so the head meeting the tail. Inhale back to center. Exhale, head meeting tail the other way. And inhaling back to center. So you should feel your side waist working. Head to tail. Inhale back to center. Head to tail. Inhale, center. We'll just do one more. And back to center. So now we're going to link these two variations, and it's like a barrel roll. So we'll inhale, drop the belly, drop the chest, and then as we exhale, it's head to tail to the right or left, and keep exhaling all the way to the cat, and then we come down the other side. It's head to tail, dropping through into cow, and continue exhaling. So the spine is making a motion like a skipping rope. Maintain the connection to the breath. So the coordination of this can be kind of awkward. Often when I teach this in the studio, if there are 20 students, there's 20 different things going on. So long as it feels good, don't stress. And we're going to come back to neutral spine to go the other way. So inhale, drop the belly, drop the chest, and now flowing the other direction. Feel the spine easing out. And we'll just take one more full circle. And meeting again in a neutral spine. Let's just take a wriggle out. So you can end up with tension in the forearms when you're doing something like this. And find the neutral spine in our tabletop. So we're going to do our arm and leg raises, and we're going to take them to get together today. So we're going to inhale, float the right arm, so it's beside the head, parallel to the earth, and then we inhale, float the left leg. You can still do one arm or one leg, but we're going to breathe here, reaching heel to fingertips, so right through the body. And we're breathing. So use the bandhas to help support your posture. One more inhale, reach heel to fingertips, and exhale, hand and knee back down. Coming to the other side, left arm reaches up parallel to the earth. And then inhale, right leg floats up, press through the heel, reach heel to fingertips. So this can be quite a challenging posture, so don't worry if you're wobbly or not feeling that strong. We're taking one more deep inhale, length heel to fingertips, and exhaling, placing hand and knee back down. So we'll take another, just a straightforward cow and cat, just to reset the spine. So inhale, drop the chest, drop the belly, and exhale, rounding up into the spine. And coming neutral. We're going to lean forward into the hands, so we tuck the toes, and the three options. So we're leaning back, either just stretching the soles of the feet here and the Achilles. You can lift the knees and intensify, or you can exhale and send the hips high, finding your downward dog. Making sure the fingers are nice and spread. Pressing down more firmly in the index finger and thumb, so just lifting out of the wrists, so no crunching. And we take movement here, so bending one knee then the other. Walking through the legs. Take any movement that works for you, so sway the hips. You can get into the side waists around the ribs. You can grab the edges of the mat and work your chest towards the feet. And we'll just take a couple of moments in stillness here. So we're learning that this is our posture of active rest. So we come here when we're doing dynamic work to recover. So it doesn't always feel like rest in the beginning. But over time you can get to this place and feel like you could hang out. Some people do meditate here for an hour or two at a time. One more deep inhale, send the tailbone high. And then exhale, we're coming down onto our knees again. So we're just going to work into our hips and then we'll come for our meditation. So bringing your right foot forward. To begin, we'll keep the hips square so the right toes are pointing directly forward. And we're just breathing here. So we're drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. letting the pelvis be heavy. And now we're going to climb our way up. So taking the right hand to the right knee, left hand to left hip, draw the chest up. If you want to go all the way with the arms up, you can. I'll just instruct here today. And feel. So this intensifies the stretch, the opening of the left hip flexor. And now we're going to breathe in for lift of the torso, and exhale, there's a softening down of the pelvis. You may move an inch, you may move a millimeter. It may just be the idea of moving. And now the chest lift. So we're going to take an inhale and lift your heart. So it is technically a back bend, but when you say back bend, people crunch their backs. But we want this sense of lift to be at the front of the body. And we'll stay here for an extra inhale, really feel that lift. And then exhale, coming down onto the left hand. We're going to turn the right toes out to 2 o'clock, taking the right hand to the right thigh. And we're easing that knee open to the side. So we're coming onto the blade edge of the right foot, flex the toes towards you. And you can take movement here, so lots of hip work today. If you're really open in the hips, you can come down onto the left forearm, maybe onto both forearms. So we all have different bodies. Wonderful. Lifting back up onto our hands, we're going to square that right foot so it's pointing directly forwards again. And you have an option with your back knee. You can either keep the back knee down or you can straighten the leg and lift the knee from the floor. So we're coming into our twist. So we're leaning onto the left hand and we're going to inhale, sweeping the right arm open. So feeling your length all the way from the heel of the left foot to the crown of the head. Maybe you look up, maybe you look down. Drawing the right shoulder blade down the back. Maintaining that easeful breath. One more deep inhale here. And then we'll exhale. Take the hand down. Place the left knee down. And we're switching legs. So right leg is coming back. Left leg is coming forward. So take a moment, set up your posture here. Both hands are down at the moment. Left knee above left ankle, and we'll just have a breath or two here, opening that right hip flexor. Wonderful, and then we climb our way up. So left hand, left knee, right hand, right hip, shoulders are back, and we're breathing, so you'll feel this intensifies your right hip flexor. And as we inhale, there's a sense of lift in the spine. And exhale, there's a softening down. So if it's not actually softening down, it's the idea of softening down. And now we're going to take that heart lift. So as if a string is on the very front edge of the spine, draws your heart space up in front of you. So rather than crunching the back, keep that lovely length. We'll take an extra breath here. And then coming forward onto the right hand. So we turn the left toes out to 10 o'clock. The left hand is on the thigh and we guide that thigh open. So coming onto the blade edge of the left foot. Toes are flexing towards the knee, and you can move the torso here. So there are different places available if you change the position of the upper body. And if you'd like to come deeper or you're open enough in the hips, you can come down onto the right forearm, maybe also the left forearm. It's up to you. So different days, different bodies, so therefore different needs. Wonderful. Lifting back up onto the hands, square that left foot to the front of the room. So we're leaning onto the right hand now, and you can either keep the back knee down or you can raise it off the floor. And we're going to take the inhale to sweep the left arm open, finding the twist. Feel that length all the way heel to the crown of the head. For one more deep inhale, exhale, and then we're placing the left hand down, stepping that left leg back. So we've got our knees down now, so we're going to come through our chaturanga. So spreading the fingers, so you can keep the knees down, you can straighten the legs, but I'll show with knees down today. We're going to exhale, squeeze the elbows into the body, and you're dipping your torso down, arriving at the end of your exhale. Wonderful. So now we're going to draw the chest through the hands into our back bend. So only come as high as you're comfortable, no pinching in the back. So you may be an inch off the floor, you may be 6 inches, and you can walk yourself as high as you need. So if you're coming up higher and you want to take seal posture, we turn the fingers out 45 degrees, then we relax the buttocks and relax the legs, so we're really stretching the front edge of the spine. So this is just to open the spine, so we don't want any work in the legs, there's no strength building here. Shoulders back. If you want to take a look over the right shoulder, you're welcome, and maybe over the left. For one more inhale. And exhaling, lowering down onto the belly. So we're going to take, I'm finding new ways to torture myself with my quads. So we're going to take half bow together. We haven't done this yet together. So we're holding the left forearm is parallel to the front edge of the mat. And you're going to use that to support you. And then we're bending up the right knee and holding around the ankle. Flexing that right foot. And we're going to breathe here. Inhale, and then as we exhale, we're kicking that right foot up. So this is half bow. So the way to do this full bow is to hold both ankles. Maybe we'll work towards that. So each exhale, kick up that right leg. One more deep inhale. And we exhale, releasing back to the mat. Switching the arms, so it's right forearm in parallel to the front edge of the mat. Kick up your left leg, grab hold of the ankle. We're going to inhale here, and then as we exhale, kick up that leg. One more deep inhale, and exhaling, we're going to release down. So we're pushing our way back to our child's posture, just to ease out the back. You can take a traditional child's pose with the knees together, or you can take it with the knees wide. Take a wiggle through the hips, and this time we will settle the forehead down just for a moment. So feel those lovely open hips. And have a look at the spine. So we've done lots of hip work this morning. So when we do that, do you feel more length of the spine? Do you feel the spine rising more easily out of the pelvis? And we just have one more posture. We're going to walk the hands back towards us, the dreaded thunderbolt. So bringing the knees together, we're going to sit back on our heels. So finding the spine tall. Sorry, I'm about to lose it. Rising up out of the pelvis. Sorry, I need to control myself. And you can skip out this posture altogether if you wish. So with each exhale, softening down. There we go, I managed to save it. One more deep inhale, exhale, soften. And we're going to ease forward, finding our way to our comfortable meditation posture. So finding the spine nice and tall, so you should feel relatively light in your sitting posture. A sense of ease across the collarbones, the shoulder girdles. And we'll come to the breath. So watching the gentle rise and fall of the chest, expansion of the belly. So we're going to come straight into our practice, working with the subtle energies of the body. So as we inhale, let's see if we can feel this gentle flowing up of energy. It can present as a lightness around the core. And as you exhale, it changes direction and it flows downwards. And so inhale, there's the upflow. Exhale, there's a gentle downflow. So staying with this practice, we're going to add the bandhas, so Mula Bandha, pelvic floor, 30%, just a drawing in and up of the pelvic floor. So this is our root seal. It stops apana from dissipating out of the body downwards. And then lower belly, Uddiyana Bandha, again a 30% drawing in and gently up, so we're not clenching. It should feel manageable, sustainable. So having these two energy seals, let's come back to our breathing exercise. So inhale, upflow, exhale, downflow, and see how these root seals inform our practice. I often find it brings this wobbly edge to the sensations, maybe something electric. So now our yogic breathing, where we inhale, inflating the belly, lower ribs, upper chest. We're going to take that practice now, but We're going to inhale, belly, lower ribs, upper chest, but then exhale from the belly first, then lower ribs, upper chest. So it's like filling a jug of water and then squeezing out toothpaste. So the double up wave, we call this. So we'll begin that practice now. You can drop the imagery of the energy flowing in the body. So this is happening whether or not our awareness is there. And we'll just work with the breath work, maintain the bandhas. So inhaling belly, lower chest, upper chest. And as with lying down, Uddiyana Bandha, lower belly, will really help you support a fuller breath under the collarbones. And don't worry if you find this exercise awkward. It can take some time to learn the isolation. Now on top of this, we're going to add the Valom Valom, or Nadi Shodhi, the opposite nostril breathing. So index and middle finger between the eyebrows. We'll inhale through the left, maintaining the double up breath. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Inhale left. And we'll continue with our own rhythm. And the next time you exhale through the left, rest your hand down. You can come back to the upflow, downflow exercise if you wish, or you can just sit and observe the body, the mind, and the energetic body. Notice any direction of travel, any shift in your experience. And then we'll take our awareness to the space of the heart. So not your biological heart, but just deep, excuse me, in the chest, behind the sternum. And we do a few gentle breaths here. So no forcing, no jarring in. So we just witness what's there for us today. And this is what we share with everyone we come into contact with. So we'll take our hands, either left hand to heart, right hand on top, or hands in prayer mudra. And we dedicate our practice to all beings, and that's what we bow out and we say thank you for our practice.